Hello, and welcome to the Lit or Shit podcast. This is an anime review podcast where we watch the latest seasonal animes and determine if they are, well, lit or shit. I am Ono HP.
And I'm Astrid Bear.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Kind of excited to do this first time, right? So, having a bit of fun. Do you mind giving us a introduction to what we'll be looking into, and kind of a summary of what we're gonna talk about today?
Yes. So, in this episode, we are going to be reviewing a little bit of a silly anime here called Butareba. Although I did say we're watching the latest seasonal anime for our first episode here, we're gonna go a little bit back because I couldn't imagine us not doing this as our first episode. This is just it's just a such an interesting anime. It's
really weird.
Yeah, the English title for this anime is The Story of a Man Turned into a Pig. It is absolutely wild. I can't wait to talk about it. So
And to
I guess
highlight this, we looked at the first 3 episodes, like not the whole thing, and I don't even think we could have bared to watch the
uh,
whole thing.
yeah,
Let's be fair.
there's no way. That's why we're going for the 3 episode rule. There's no way I could have watched the rest of this. But just as a little bit of a foreshadowing for for what comes later in the episode. So we're gonna give a little like sort of summary of what happens in the first 3 episodes and just get to talking about it. So in this anime, it starts out with a guy. Let me pretext this here by saying this is an isekai anime, just reincarnation isekai. So what happens first in the first episode is a guy eats a raw pig liver, and it kills him. So he gets reincarnated into another world as a pig. And the first episode kind of starts out with him like incoherent, kind of like rolling around in mud in this pig pen, and he has no clear clue where he is. Where, well, a girl, I guess the owner of this pig pen, comes in and takes him, sees that he's in trouble, and decides to take him into a mansion, into a bedroom, and lay this filthy, dirty pig out on a bed. So essentially, after being taken inside this mansion, we get a little bit of exposition of what's going on here. Essentially, in this new world that he's been dropped into, we get a little bit of world exposition as while in this room, the pig and the girl start talking to each other because, and this is the first bit of exposition here that we get. The girl is, I guess, a slave in this world, and she's able to. She has a special power where she can read people's minds. So she's able to read this pig's mind, and they kind of go, start talking a little bit, because this guy just woke up in a, new world as a pig. He needs to, kind of figure out some of the things in this world. The exposition we get is that there are magic users, and there are slave people, which is this girl. The magic users use their magic to they store their magic in these batteries that they then give to the slaves, and then the slaves can use the magically stored batteries to do like certain tasks, like light a fireplace or clean, where they can use like wind magic to control, broomsticks and stuff. So after we get a little bit of world exposition, the rest of the episode is the girl and the pig just kind of walking around and talking about random things. The first episode really isn't all too interesting, or there's not a lot going on. The second episode, kind of what happens is that this guy who's woken up in this world, he's a pig, and this girl's like, this must be a pig or a guy trapped in a pig's body. So the slave girl is actually going to travel to the High King of the land, and he can grant any wish, and she's going to take the pig with her to the king to see if the king can turn him back into a human. First, the girl and the pig go into town because the girl has to buy something, and this next part's very interesting. Essentially, there's a specific type of magic battery. It's like a black magic battery, and it can grant any wish. Well, the thing is, they're really expensive. Apparently, the girl had used the very expensive, very rare black crystal, so on the pig, so that he could understand the language of the world. And so they have to go into town to buy a new crystal. Well, the first thing they do is they go into like a bit of a dark alleyway, where there's this shady looking guy, and he's selling a bunch of black crystals, but it turns out that he was actually a scammer, and the girl didn't know, and the pig kind of like, oh, saved the girl from being scammed. And what we kind of learn is apparently the girl was supposed to of the girl didn't actually own the black crystal. She's a slave, and so the her master actually owns the crystal. But in her brain, she's like, you know what? I need to use this expensive, rare black crystal that I don't own on this random pig, uh, to so that he can understand my language for whatever reason. So she goes into the dark alley in the first place, so because she doesn't actually have enough money to buy a new crystal, because she needs to buy a new crystal for her master, because she wasn't supposed to use the other one. Well, the pig talks her out of it, and they then go into an actual shop, and the pig has this like grand master plan of how they're gonna get a new crystal. So they go into the shop, and the pig tells the girl to tell the shop owner, because the crystals are too expensive. She has like 300 gold, and they need like 600. The pig's master plan is to let the girl sell him to the dude for the crystal, and he'll just escape later on. But the guy doesn't want the pig. He's like, there's no way I'm gonna trade a pig for this rare crystal that can grant any wish. So the girl's like, wait, he can dance. So the pig gets on a board on the ground that looks suspiciously like a Dance Dance Revolution pad, and full like animation and everything. He just starts playing DDR and starts dancing, and everyone's laughing, and this guy's like, I'm buying this pig. And that's kind of where the episode ends. And moving on to the third episode, there's a festival. The reason the guy wanted the dancing pig and bought him is because he's going to make a ton of money off the pig at the festival. The guy gets the pig up on a stage. The pig starts dancing, does the exact same, like, copy for copy Dance Dance Revolution scene from the second episode. And some stuff happens. The pig accidentally hurts its leg, and then the pig then gets away from the shop owner. Well, now the pig has to make it back to the girl at the manor, and he's in town right now. He goes into a dark alley because he's trying to find his way out of town, and he sees that guy that was trying to scam them earlier talking to this big buff guy. The big buff guy is like threatening the guy, like punching him and stuff, like holding him up by the shirt, and he's like, "You have to go kill that slave girl." And the pig's like, "Oh no, the slave girl's gonna die." The pig then follows the scammer guy, because he's making his way towards this manor where the girl's supposed to be at. But actually, the girl's not in the manor. And what I forgot to mention earlier is that they'd planned to meet up after he escaped at this special tree that they were talking at in the first episode. That's one of the places they were talking. And so the pig starts following the scammer guy up to the mansion, and he breaks off from him and goes and finds the girl, and he's like, "There's a guy, and he's gonna hurt you." And so they then come up with a plan to lock this guy up in a shed behind the manor so that they can run away and escape. So the pig leads the guy around to the shed and leads him inside the shed, and then he headbutts the guy to try to knock him down, because apparently the guy had like a bad broken, like he had a limp. So the pig was trying to ram his leg so he would fall over so he could run out, so the girl could shut and lock the door behind them. And yeah, that happens. The pig runs out, the girl shuts the door, and they're like, "Yes, we did it." But oh no, the guy had a knife, and he stabbed the pig. And then the last part of episode 3 is the pig's bleeding out, dying, and the girl's like, "No, no, don't die yet." And it starts doing like a flashback scene of all the happy moments they spent together in this first 3 episodes. And yeah, that's the end of the that's the end of the third episode there.
So now time for like the review impressions. Talk about the the well, there's a lot to talk about here. First off, let's just start with episode one, and I want to just talk about the animation. Like what what the fuck? And the reason why I say what the fuck is if you pay any attention to the animation, you'll notice the height of the girl in the anime constantly changes throughout the entire first episode. Sometimes she's bigger than object, sometimes she's smaller, and like she looks compressed while the pig is like almost the same size. Like this pig is fat and giant. Like it just from an animation perspective, the scale of these characters is constantly off and it's constantly fluctuating. It is so annoying.
Yeah, and from a story perspective, it is really wacky. In the first episode, kind of how I was explaining it, the girl, because like I said, she can read minds, and she's able to read this pig's mind. She goes into this pig pen with all these pigs, and she sees this pig, and he's able to read it. She's able to read the pig's mind, and it's just a bunch of gibberish because she obviously can't understand Japanese. And her thought process is, this pig is a man stuck in a pig's body. I need to put him on a sled and take him into my master's house and go and take him inside of a inside of a bedroom and put him on a nice clean bed. I need to take this pig in my master's house and put him on a nice clean bed. Like the thought process there is so just wacky, and on top of that, she acts to this entire situation incredibly just so calm. And other than that, the other thing I wanted to mention is that in the first episode, this anime feels like how I describe and kind of what I want to title this anime is it really feels like sexual harassment, the anime, because in the entirety of the first episode the pig is constantly just making it's just sexually harassing the girl, saying stuff like, man, I'd love to see you naked. It's like,
But it
it's
gets
wild.
but it's weirder. It's weirder though because think about it. Because before she really knows who this even is, or even if it really is a person, she gets sexually aroused by a pig
Oh yeah.
thinking dirty of her. Like
Yeah.
it's like interspecies reviewers, but like I don't have words. It's funny, but it was more creepy than funny
Oh yeah.
somehow. Like I don't know how they did that.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is the girl herself, she's just like a complete pushover. And so, yeah, she like unironically the pig's like, "Man, I'd love to see you without clothes off." And she's like, "Oh, really?" And starts unbuttoning her shirt. It is really wild. Like the end of the episode really got me. She squats down to talk to the pig, and they're at this tree that I mentioned earlier. They're at this
Oh
tree, and
yeah.
she squats down, and they're having this emotional moment together. She's like, "I'm gonna save you," and I'm like, and the pig's like, "I'm so glad, but man, you really shouldn't have squat down. I can see like straight at your panties," and it just does a full zoom, just a full zoom,
And
right
she's
there.
not even ashamed.
Yeah,
She like
she
enjoys
blushes.
it. She gets
She
aroused by
blushes.
it.
It is.
She's aroused by a pig looking
It
at
is.
her.
It
And
is
like I
just.
get it's the whole
It's beyond
wild.
wild. It
It's
is beyond wild.
it's there's a reason why it has such a low. And here's the fun thing, right? It's funny, it's fun, it's a fun little concept. It's too creepy, but somehow the episode like one. Honestly, I wish it was like stayed that way throughout the rest of the three episodes because that would give us something to talk about. Because episode two, episode three comes around dry of humor, dry of content. It's the same shit over and over. It's void of life. There's nothing funny about it. When they had the dancing pig, for example, which is supposed to be funny. It's cool. It's a DDR reference, and it's like it's so bland.
Yeah.
It's so it was so hard to push through it. There's a reason why it has such the low ratings it does. I mean, like, oh god, I fucking can't. I couldn't go back and watch it if I wanted to. I'd get bored to death. I'd
Oh
rather
yeah.
play Russian roulette with a semi-automatic pistol than you know, pull that and watch that shit again.
Something else I was gonna mention about the first episode, and this is so wild to me. I was mentioning earlier how it was so weird how calmly the girl was reacting to this pig talking, or thinking, because the pig doesn't actually talk. She's able to read the pig's mind, and she's like, oh, this pig actually has thoughts, so it must be sentient. Well, she sees this pig, right, and she takes it into the master's house, and she acts it so calm throughout the entire experience. And it's so funny because, like, when you see this happening, you're like, okay, so maybe there are other like talking animals in this world, and that's not very surprising. No, no. Later on in the first episode, the pig goes, "Hey, you know what? You were acting like really calm earlier. So are there other like talking animals in this world? Other than me?" And the girl's like, "No, I've never ever seen another animal talk in this world. It's like really crazy how you're able to talk, because it's never ever happened before." I can't.
It's so dumb. Like, and what's even worse here, right? Like, okay, great. Dry humor, episode 2, episode 3, creepiness, but funny, episode 1. The show never gives you a reason to care about the characters, right? There's no clear motive other than to get them to, like, get the fuck out of the pig's body, if you will. But there's no clear incentive or motive to care about these characters. There's no, like, really linear story this lays out. It's so fuzzy and that keeps consistently changing. It's just it's weird. Like, honestly, if a meteor hit them, it would, like, honestly be more entertaining than watching these characters play Wizard of Oz and skip down Rainbow Road to try to get to this emperor guy that's gonna save them. Because why should I care? What, like that's the thing that this comes down to, right? Like, this is why we're reviewing this, is to say whether you should watch it or not. And honestly, like, this is a pretty shit anime. Like, it's not just the fact
Yeah,
that it's dry humor and boring. There's no reason to give a shit about these
yeah,
characters. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. I kind of move on to the talking about a little bit about the second episode, which was really wild. Like,
The drug dealer.
oh yeah, it was kind of, first of all, it was really boring, but it's I to be honest, actually, I don't even know much to talk about the third episode. It was so simple. They go to the town, they almost get scammed from a guy in a dark alley, and then she sells the pig to a guy in an actual reputable shop, and he plays DDR. It's There's just nothing going on there, but it was a little bit nice because there was less sexual harassment in this second episode. But the third episode was absolutely wild to me, and this is I really want to focus on this here, because the beginning of the episode's really dry, because it reuses the same DDR scene, and the pig getting away was just it was interesting. Essentially, the pig got a bunch of people drunk, and then he convinced them somehow to take his collar off, and then when they all fell asleep from being drunk, he ran off. But I kind of want to talk about after the pig sees the guys in the alleyway talking. He starts following. He starts following the scammer guy up to the manor, and this one scene just perfectly encapsulates kind of how this anime is. It's so wild to me. Essentially, while the pig's following the guy up a road, the pig's like, "I can't believe this is happening. What what if the girl gets stabbed? Oh, I don't know what to do." Um, the anime tries to do a little bit of foreshadowing, because the pig sees the guy is walking down the road. The guy randomly stops in the middle of the road and lifts up his shirt to reveal that he had a knife in his back pocket. And he pulls out the knife, and he puts it up in the air, and he looks at the knife, and then he puts it back in its sheath and continues walking. Why did he do that? For what reason? For what purpose did he randomly stop in the middle of the road to look at his knife?
What's even funnier, right? Like, you have all these animes where it's the creepy, edgy guy that's, like, psychopathic, looks at the knife and, like, ponders and stares at. This guy wasn't even that crazy. Just some, like, ordinary dude walked the middle of the road. He's like, God, you know what'd be cool? Pull my knife out in the middle of the road. Wonder if somebody comes and sees me.
Yeah,
I am edgy. No, the character is not even fucking edgy. That's
yeah,
the funny part, right? There's, like, it's so dumb.
yeah. What the anime is trying to do is, like I said earlier, it's trying to do foreshadowing. It's trying to be like, hey, the guy has a knife, and it's first trying to show the pig that he's even more dangerous than he seemed, but it's also trying to foreshadow later on in the episode that the pig gets stabbed by the guy, right? But it's such a poor, lazy use of foreshadowing, right? You could, any situation other than that, you just give the guy a situation that he might need to pull out his knife for some reason. I don't know. Like it could be something as simple as the guy's like hungry and he pulls out an apple, and I don't know, he starts peeling it. Just anything other than he pulls out his knife randomly and just looks at it before he puts it back. Like, there's no reason for him to do that. Just, you could have come up with any other way to be, they'll have that foreshadowing. Heck, like, when the guy was back in the alley, you could have had it to where, I don't know, the big guy who's telling the guy, the scammer guy to go kill that girl, he could have pulled out the knife and been like, man, this is like a poor weapon to use. You really need to get yourself a better blade before putting it back in the guy's sheath, right? Just any other way than him just randomly pulling it out.
I don't.
It's silly.
It's it is, and what makes it even worse is like this is where this anime runs into a big problem. The first episode, like I could have bared watching the rest of this show if the first episode repeated. Like I don't like the whole sexual harassment thing. Like it's funny-ish, but somehow, like I typically like these stupid jokes. Somehow it's more creepy than it is funny. But the thing is, this anime takes itself way too seriously, and that's its downfall. Like it's like 100% serious that this guy's like some pig and like that he's gotta get saved, and oh my god, I love this pig person. It's so dumb. It's like if Konosuba lacked all its like comedy, right? Like Konosuba still has a story. It's stupid, but it has a story-ish. But the comedy is literally what makes it, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't have it without the comedy, and that's where this thing falls short.
Yeah.
It's like first episode was funny. Second two was like, what the fuck am I watching? Why am I watching this? It's just
You're absolutely right. The entire like concept of a guy getting turned into a pig, it's that should just be something entirely comedic, right? If you have a story based on that, it should be a comedy. But this anime does have some bits of comedy woven into it, but the entirety of it is entirely it's supposed to be taken serious. How the author wants you to take it is completely seriously. It's not supposed to be satirical in any way, which that's easily its downfall, because yeah, no, this should be a comedy, but it's not, and that's what's really wacky to me is truly how serious it takes itself, because like we kind of talked about a lot in the first episode, and sprinkled between the two, second and third episode, the pig just constantly sexually harasses the girl.
yeah.
And the really funny thing is at the end when the scammer guy stabs the pig and he's bleeding out and dying, there's supposed to be this emotional moment happening between the pig and the girl, and there's this like, he's dying, he's like, I didn't want to die yet, and there's this like piano music playing and stuff, and the girl unironically says, no, Mr. Pig, you can't die yet, you haven't seen me naked. And it's just like, it's funny because it's the author didn't intend for it to be funny. The author, and you, while watching it, you can feel it, that the author actually wants you to be emotionally invested in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't land, and it gets worse, because like 3 seconds later, like I said earlier, there's a flashback sequence sharing all the fun moments the two of them had together, and like 80% of the flashback is the pig sexually harassing her, saying the most out of pocket things like, man, I wish you would step on me. And like, oh man, if only your skirt got lifted up. It's awful.
It was so creepy. And that's the funny part about it, right? It's terrible because it genuinely, like, okay, if you're watching this and you like actually want to give this a try, you will notice it genuinely tries to take itself seriously, and it is so stupid. It really is. Why would you take that seriously? It really tries to hit that note, and it's like, why? You're a dumb pig anime. Like, come on. It's not that like deep, man. It's like oh my god, it was making me so mad because like the whole emotional scene and it's playing the sad music and you're supposed to feel something. I felt so dead. I'm like, oh, he's dying, but he's not going to be dead in like a couple minutes. And I know we haven't watched episode 4, but she got another one of those black magic crystals, which she wasted one to heal him in like episode 1. I don't think we talked about that. She got a second one. I am going to assume that she wastes that one as well to just
Oh
resurrect
yeah,
this
probably.
motherfucking
Yeah,
pig.
it's episode
It's
3.
not. It's so predictable. It is genuinely the most predictable piece of shit out there.
Yeah,
It's not even funny.
yeah,
It's genuinely not.
yeah. And something else pretty wacky about this anime is the girl character is so, how do I explain this? It's so poorly written. Like the female character, and she's supposed to be like the main, side main character other than the pig. She's absolutely just has no personality. She's just a complete pushover, and yeah, she's just I think the best way to describe her, she's just a Mary Sue. She just, there's nothing going on there. There's nothing going on inside her brain. She has no personality, and it really sucks because, especially if this anime was taken more comedically, if the writer actually tried to do something with the female character, I think it would have been hilarious if the female lead character was actually competently written in a way where the female lead is able to read the pig's mind, and the pig could be thinking of all this degenerate stuff, and the girl could just be regarding him with the most like disgusted and like disgusted look on her face, or like saying stuff like I'm gonna cook you if you say that again. I think that a dynamic like that would be so much funnier, and I think it would hit harder because even though if they had a relationship like that, it could be a situation where she's dead set on like saving him and stuff, and I don't know. There's just how it's written.
I could give you another one too. It's I think the way it's written that makes it so creepy is her acknowledgement of her getting her rocks off to him harassing her and like being into this pig looking up her skirt and then her treating him like a pig, like
Yeah,
genuinely that's what he wants, so she does it. So she's treating this character like a pig and gets off to it, which is the weird part. Like I think would be funny is to keep the harassment in there, but make her like creeped out that he's like a sentient human in a pig, and then he's like, if you don't become naked, I'm gonna curse you with 1,000 year famines. And she freaks out and she's like, I'm gonna fucking cook you, or I don't know, some stupid shit.
yeah,
Like it doesn't have to be like too intense, but like it's just the fact she gets acknowledged. It's like it just adds this layer. It's almost like beast type stuff, and it's like why?
yeah. And I think
It's so creepy.
I think that points to the root of it, and that's kind of, I guess, the point we're trying to make here is like this would have worked a lot better as a comedy rather than something completely non-satirical.
Yeah, it genuinely tries to take itself way too seriously with this relationship that a little girl, and that's the funny part. She looks like a minor at some points, and then
Oh
like a
yeah,
20-year-old adult. It's weird. It has to do with the proportions because like she seems like a dwarf compared to like
yeah,
most characters in some points, and then there's other points where she's just as tall as them, and it's like
yeah.
what the
It
fuck?
feels like each time you see her, she's drawn differently. It's the animation isn't top notch. We'll just say that. But more importantly, just the writing of it is just abysmal. And it's
Yeah.
come on it, to be honest, like I had a hard time watching the first episode because it, like I said, and this is what I find baffling is that, and if this is kind of pointed out in the title of the first episode, which is otakus enjoy being treated like pigs. It just the entirety of it is it's supposed to be, I feel like the author went into it with an idea of comedy, but then just kind of failed completely on that, and just tried
Or
to
the
make it.
author went in with his fetishes.
Yeah, yeah. No, actually, no. That's probably what he did instead. You know what?
Yeah.
Which is even worse because unironically, like the entirety of the first episode, there are three scenes in the first episode. The first scene is they're in the bedroom. Second scene they're in the pig around the pig pen. Third episode they're walking through a field up to a tree, and the entirety of it is either they're talking about the World Exposition or he's sexually harassing it.
It's pretty goofy. Do we have anything else to say here, or do you have any other thoughts? Anything else
Uh,
we want to talk about?
Anything else? To be honest, I don't know. We've kind of
Covered
jumped. Oh
so
no, actually
much.
no. I got one. I got one more. And
You got one? You
this was
got
really
one
wacky
more?
to me. Yeah. The other thing is, it's very funny to me because the anime also tries to treat the pig like he's a genius, and
Oh yeah.
it's very funny in that regard because towards the end of the episode, how they trick the guy into getting into the shed is the pig leads him over to a campfire they made. And in his brain, he's like, if he goes up to the campfire, his eyes will de-adjust from the darkness, and so when I lead him over to the shed, his eyes will be unadjusted, and so he won't be able to see the girl hiding around the side of the building. And he actually uses, I don't know the actual scientific terminology for that. He actually uses the scientific terminology, like the pigment in your eye or
Eye di
whatever.
eye yeah, eye dilation.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think is what it is.
which is actually like, yeah, that's smart, legitimately. This is wacky to me. And immediately, he leads the guy inside of the shed, and the pig hides around the corner, next to the door, and the guy walks all the way to the back of the shed, and he's looking around. The pig could have ran out. Like, let me remind you, the pig saw the guy pull out a knife. The pig knows this guy has a knife. The pig could have absolutely ran out the door, and the girl could have shut it. But instead, in the pig's mind, he's like, I have to ram this guy's leg to knock him over, and then I'll run out. And he gets stabbed. Yeah, I don't even. It's silly. It's incredibly silly. It's something that should be satirical, but it's not. It's completely non satirical, and it sucks. The entire concept of pig being guy turning into pig being transported to New World should be a comedy, but the fact that it's not is it's why it's bad. And I think that's we're kind of leading into the end here. I think it's
Yeah.
shit, straight up. It's absolutely not worth a watch in any regard.
Yep. And that, yeah, that's just pretty much the wrap there. I mean, in terms of litter shit, it gets the shit stamp of approval, no lit there at
Yep.
all. It's just there's no words to express just how bad it is. Fucking shit, man. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not worth a watch, not worth your time.
Yeah.
Go watch something else.
Yeah. Well, I think that about wraps it up. If you enjoyed this episode, please think about, I guess, to be honest, I don't know if you like I guess follow us on Spotify for when we release the next episode. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.